Yo, yo, yo. What's good, man? This is your boy at DFSMasterMind underscore over on Twitter. Right now, man, y'all getting the bedroom edition. Y'all know every once in a while we gotta make these episodes in here. My lady actually fell asleep on the couch, so I didn't want to wake her up. Took it to the room, man. So we live, man. We live. Um, but yeah, man, I want to go ahead and talk about tomorrow's games. Today's date is officially May the 30th. So hopefully y'all had a wonderful um, 29th of May in DFS. Hopefully everybody got to the green line, everybody cashed, everybody made some money, man, because that's the reason we do it. Um, that's the reason I do it. So hopefully everybody, got to the green line, man. Hopefully it worked out for everybody. In the early part, I did okay. I had one of my lineups not cash in the early, and that was the lineup I had Cal Hendricks in. Um, my Carrasco lineup, it did pretty good, pretty well. I multi-entered that one. Um, and then my night slate, man, I crush. I had like a 208, I believe, 209. I did pretty good, man. So yeah, man. So I'm feeling good. I wanted to go ahead and put this video out. We ain't gonna spend too much time on yesterday, because whether we win or we lose, we take something from it, we learn from it, and we apply it, man. That's the biggest part is the process, man. Do not get caught up in the results. Focus on the process, man. That's what we got to do. So I'm gonna give you another quick episode of what I like to do. Just run through the games, tell you the pictures I'm looking at for tomorrow's slate. Give you give you some good options, man. People that I'll be targeting. So far, and I'll probably make another video a little later, like tomorrow. I'm actually off work tomorrow, so feel free to hit me up on Twitter at DFS Mastermind if you need any, questions, you want to talk to me, chop it up, just let me know. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop into my pictures, man, that I'm eyeballing for tomorrow. We got 14 games, man, so plenty to choose from. We got a lot of good arms, man. So let's see what happens. Number one, it should be a no-brainer. Chris Sale, best pitcher in the league right now, going up against his old team. A bit of a revenge game. We can definitely take a look at him. He's going up against the White Sox, man. Um, White Sox implied run total is 3.2. I think Chris Sale would definitely be a chalky play for good reason, man. He's striking out double digit batters every time he starts, man. So that's something to keep an eye on. I don't have to go into too much detail about Chris Sale. He's definitely in play. Now I'm gonna give you some other people I was looking at um, for tomorrow. A guy that I went on and wrote down. I already made a lineup with this guy actually. Is Eddie Butler. Um, that's gonna be my take a risk GPP pitcher where I can just pay down for pitching and get all the bats I want. I got a nice core stack with Eddie Butler in there. This guy's strikeout rate is pretty solid, man. He's a decent pitcher. Biggest downfall, he walks a ton of batters. If we can keep those walks down, we know he's going up against the Padres. I look for him to have an okay game, man. I think he'll definitely get the win. Um, all I'm asking for him to do is give me 6 innings, man. 6 innings, get the win, and strike out 6 batters. I think he can do that against the Padres, man. I really do. So I'm gonna definitely take a chance on him. I think he's in a good spot. Um, Gio Gonzalez and Jeff Samardzija. I don't think I want any of that action. Hey, we seen Bryce Harper go ham today, man. He was trying to fight people. That was crazy. Um, Bartolo, I don't want any of Bartolo. Justin Verlander, I'm okay. I mean, he actually has a decent matchup with the Royals, man. But the Royals have been getting it rolling, man. I know people was trying to pick on them at the beginning of the season, but I think they're starting to pick it up, man. I already talked about Chris Sale. I don't want any Mike Fires, any Jose Barrios. I don't want any of that. Matt Andreezy, no thank you. Nick Martinez, no thank you. Zach Davies, I'm okay. Uh, Tyler Peel, I'm okay. It's no goes. Now, this next one, I do like this guy a little bit. Vincent Velasquez, man, going up against the Miami Marlins. I think he is worth taking a look at, man. Um, the Marlins have an implied run total of 4.7. I tend to disagree a little bit with Vegas on this one. Um, Vincent Velasquez's K stuff is always going to be there. Um, and I think he can have a decent game, man. I know the Marlins don't strike out a ton. They're actually one of the more solid. Actually, I don't know if I want to do this, man. I really don't. But I'm not even gonna cancel the video or anything. I'm gonna leave him in here because I do think he could have an okay game, man. Now that I'm looking at his, at the projected lineup, he has to face a ton of lefties, man. A ton of lefties. That makes me a little nervous. Positives though, his K rate is really high. If he can get past the big bats and Stanton and Ozuna, and Bohr, he should be decent. Wind is blowing back, towards the batter, so hopefully the balls don't fly out as much. And Miami Park it's a neutral park, man. It's not it's neutral, so I think he's a decent play, man. A lot better than a lot of these other pitchers that's on the slate, in my opinion. So I'm gonna actually keep him in there. I think he should be okay. And since I'm recommending him, I will have a lineup of him in there, because the people I talk about, I play these people, man. I don't want to, mislead anybody. So I mean, now of course, like things change. Like if I overlook something or I didn't get a good read on something, if a projected lineup comes out, or if I was looking at a projected lineup and then the lineup is official and the lineup that my pitcher was going against looks totally different, I'm gonna make some adjustments. But I'll say about 95% of the time, the names that I mention in my videos, I actually play these guys. So I want to just put that out there. Next pitcher, I don't want Robbie Ray. I don't want any Nova. I don't want any J.A. Happ. This Asher guy, I don't even know how to pronounce his last name, but I can tell you he's a target. The last one I want to mention is going to be Luis Severino. I think he's in a decent spot, man. Going up against the Orioles. We all know the Orioles bring big power, but they also strike out a ton. Luis Severino he's been rolling this year, having the best, his best season. It's borderline a breakout year for him. He's pitching really well, man. K stuff is always there. Um, you know, I think he's in a very decent spot. Only thing that scares me, Baltimore, they tend to show up a little more at home, but I think he'll definitely have enough K stuff to get the dub, and he will get the win tomorrow. I think the Yankees handle the Orioles pretty easily, so I mean they're going up against Chris Tillman, so I think the Yankees will definitely hold their own. So I like him. So just to give you a quick recap on the pitchers I like, man. I talked about Chris Sale, of course. I don't even want to claim him because that's a no-brainer. But the three pitchers, man, that I want to, kind of put out there, and we're gonna see as the day goes along, man. If I have a change of heart about any of these guys, I'll definitely make sure y'all know. And chances are I'll come out with a video later with like my just a quick hits. This is gonna be like a breakdown. Um, but yeah, I got Eddie Butler going up against the Padres. I think he's in a decent spot. Then I said Vincent Velasquez going up against Miami. And then the last one, of course, was Luis Severino. I think all three of those are my top three pitchers, minus Chris Sale. I got to do a Chris Sale lineup just off principle, man. Like, if I'm doing any type of cash, I'm paying up for Chris Sale. If I'm doing a tournament that's a little smaller, I'm going to pay for Chris Sale just to get that security at the pitcher. That's just the game plan I do. He's my like default pitcher because he's clearly the number one option for good reason. But those other three pitchers I just mentioned, I think they're all in good spots. So that's who I'm rocking with at pitcher. Um, Now, man, let's talk about some stacks really quick, man. People that I want to target. This LA and Cardinals game is kind of a wash for me. I think we can pick and choose. I'll probably have Chase Utley just because he's cheap. And he's been rolling, man. He's been dominating low key. Power Surge came out of nowhere. He's been rocking the ball, seeing it really well. But I think it's two decent pitchers in this one. I'm gonna kind of stay away from it. Um, I don't want any Orioles because I like Luis. I do think the Yankees are in play. We can look at them for sure. They have an implied run total of 4.8. I think they should be fine. Arizona versus Pittsburgh. Um, Robbie Ray and Nova. Two decent pitchers once again, man. And two offenses that have all of a sudden gone a little cold. Andrew McCutchen is worth mentioning. He's been rolling low key, man. I've been picking him a lot, hitting in that six hole, man. Very under owned. It's still Andrew McCutchen, man. He's just batting six. Um, so I think he's in play, but I don't want to target anything out of this really. Now Toronto, full health with Donaldson and Tulo back, man, they went ham tonight. I had Russell Martin. He came through for me big time, man. I wish I had Troy Tulowitzki, but it's all good. But look, Toronto, they're back at full strength. Wind is blowing out, and they're going up against a bum, man. Asher, I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. I'm not even gonna try to attempt that. But this guy, y'all can guess it. He is a reliever turned starter. He's in to eat up a couple innings. Um, Toronto, they're going to see a lot of the Reds bullpen, and they should go ham, man. They're definitely in play as a stacking option. Next game, we got the Mariners versus the Rockies. Full out game stack if you can afford it. Like I said, I already got my game stack with this one with Eddie Butler as my pitcher. I already made my lineup. Feel good about it. Might switch out a couple pieces, but that's what I'm doing with my Eddie Butler lineup. I'm paying up for Coors. Next game, VV in Alaska. I'm not gonna have any Miami bats, even though I've been running with them on the show. Uh, but no Miami bats for me tomorrow because I'm gonna use Vincent Velasquez, and then I don't want too many Philly bats. I'm okay. Maybe Altair Hendricks if he hits in the two hole, and Tommy Joseph. You can look at him as well. Next game, Brewers and the Mets. I do think we can do a Brewer stack, man. Going up against Tyler Peel, young buck. Don't know too much about him, um, but what I do know, you can guess it. He is a reliever turned starter, just trying to eat up some innings, man. We can attack that. Um, Next game after that, we have the Rays versus the Rangers. This can be an all-out game stack, man. We seen this game today have a ton of runs. I think they had 18 runs. I expect more of the same tomorrow. Then we have Houston Astros versus the Twins. Y'all seen my Astros go ham today. Wind is still blowing out. We can game stack this one as well. Two lesser pitchers today. It should be fun. We don't want to stack against Chris Sale. No, no, that's a no go. But Katana, we can pick and choose some of these Boston bats. I think they're in play. Um, then we have Detroit versus the Royals. The total's not out for this one, but you can do a Detroit stack. They're going up against a lefty. They're in play. I'm gonna come at you with a part two